Reacher's Season 3 finale featured Quinn's death, which was really satisfying, although it was very different from the original novel. As an egotistical, nasty, and truly frightening character, I believe Brian teased Quinn to be Reacher's greatest antagonist to date. Persuader, the title character in Reacher Season 3, goes undercover for the DEA to find one of their missing agents and complete his unresolved business with Quinn. Quinn remained mostly a supporting character in Persuader, appearing only in the latter several chapters. The action in Reacher's third season finale is intense, with the opening shootout being the main event. The most rewarding scene is when Alan Ritchson's vengeful drifter finally kills Quinn, but the long-teased Paulie versus Reacher fight is exactly as exciting as promised. After all the pain Quinn caused, his demise was long overdue and had been anticipated for many years. The show made various adjustments to the original material, even though the third season was mostly faithful to Persuader. While the main character still uses a Mossberg Persuader shotgun to rampage through the Beck estate, unfinished business generally ups the action ante from Child's book. But in the book, Quinn doesn't use the latter as a weapon of devastation. Instead, Persuader witnesses Reacher pursuing Quinn to Beck's den after the former was thought to have drowned. Returning to the mansion, Reacher locates Quinn, pins him down, and then uses a chisel to stab him in the brain. Quinn's brief appeal for mercy is met with an unanswered death, making it a more direct and intimate death. Quinn had stabbed Reacher's protégé Cole in the brain after he had tormented her years prior, so this killing also held symbolic significance for Reacher. The show raised the ante to include numerous battles and shootouts, but the book's ending is still full of action. As part of this, Neely, played by Maria Sten, who is entirely absent from Persuader, is given a role. Reacher Season 3's fourth episode, Dominique, told us what had happened to Cole, played by Mariah Robinson, and how Quinn had escaped Jack's prior murder attempt. After finding Cole's disfigured body, Reacher shot Quinn in the head by the side of a cliff, but Quinn somehow survived thanks to the small caliber of the firearm and the cool water. He also developed amnesia as a result of the incident, which means he can't recall ever meeting Reacher. As Reacher's unfinished business comes to a close, Quinn is encircled by Jack and his supporters, who leave the gunrunner to decide his own destiny. Reacher points one of Quinn's own shotguns as Quinn barely remembers Jack's prior attempt to murder him before the trigger is pulled. Quinn's end in Persuader was similarly successful, but for a number of reasons, Season 3's version is more fulfilling. Quinn has time to reflect about his last encounter with Reacher, his death at the hands of one of his own weapons, and the fact that he has returned to his starting point from years ago. Reacher taking Quinn to the sea at the rear of the Beck estate and shooting him off a cliff once more is the only way the episode could have made this moment better. Nevertheless, it appears that Reacher is not the kind to employ dramatic irony. Additionally, Dominique presented General Garber, Andreas Apergus, Reacher's tutor from the novels. In flashbacks, Garber makes an appearance, and as Reacher gets ready to murder Quinn, the general gives the wise counsel, "Do it once, do it right." In retrospect, it should have been sufficient to shoot Quinn in the head and dump him from a cliff, but the former intelligence officer was extremely fortunate. Reacher takes no chances and uses a shotgun to blast Quinn in the head when he has a second chance to murder him. Reacher ensured that Quinn remained down for good, whether with a Persuader 12-gauge or a chisel. Quinn didn't die as spectacularly as Paulie or even Langston, Robert Patrick, who was slung from the back of a helicopter in Season 2. For the guy, who apparently believed that his only goal in life was to cause as much suffering as possible, it was nevertheless an emotionally healing conclusion. I hope the next season of Reacher, or perhaps the Neely spinoff, will have a villain on par with or better than Quinn. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.